Hey everybody, how you doing? This is DJ JoeRedHead, back again doing Red All Over on Saturday mornings, even though I seem to have been on sabbatical for a few weeks. It's been an exciting month or so. Traveled a bit and went to the best place on earth, UC Davis. That's right. But seriously, I do love my college town really fiercely. There's something very satisfying about someone showing their connection to their place, to where they come from. For example, a friend of mine is doing a show at Ars Nova during Ant Fest. It's coming up around the corner. The entire thing is kind of a song and dance and history lesson about Washington State. It's called Acres of Clams. I would recommend you check it out. It kind of has the same feel as Garrison Keillor's Prairie Home Companion, which is another thing that I've really appreciated in the past. I think he's probably one of my 5 heroes. He's like the master storyteller of NPR, of radio. Master storyteller. Garrison Keillor. Word. All of these things are sort of a very far cry from the stock market. Yesterday, Groupon had its IPO opening. I say that like I totally know what IPO means. It's apparently like the second biggest opening ever of all time. Which is funny, because Groupon is nothing but a collection of emails, right? Like that's, like all it is a big list of emails. Like we could do that again. We could put our emails together and do it again. I kind of imagine that if you grabbed a string on Groupon's coat and like started pulling, that the whole thing would just unravel and like all the email addresses would fall to the floor. Like anytime a person unravels completely, that's funny. And anytime someone unzips and steps out of their body, that's also really funny. That never fails. Speaking of the future, at my day job, we are on the cusp of launching a huge ebook program, and we're an old publisher. Like, we're talking 150 plus years of books that we're like pulling into 2011, and I just have this imagined like me on one end holding a rope, and like on the other end is like the Model T. That I literally think most of the video taken in the United States is on accident. From people who's like finger slipped and it turned the little dial. Are you taking it? The New York Times building in New York City is meant to look unfinished, as sort of a metaphor for how the news's work is never done. The news never stops. Well, what if the news stops in like 2018, guys? So the question is, how are newspapers supposed to survive in the digital age? But I actually heard of a new solution which was really surprising to me. That was financing the newspaper purely through litigation. There's some newspaper, I think it's somewhere in the South, that just sues the pants off anyone at all who reposts their articles, and then the people don't want to go to court, so they end up settling, and they're like, fine, here's $500, I'll never do it again, gosh, but you know what? Those $500 bites all add up, and then they pay for the newspaper. And you know what's crazy? There are now actually middlemen, and I think they're, oh man, I wish I knew the name for this. They're like copyright holder sharks or something like this, where literally the newspaper will publish a piece, they'll sell the rights to this company, which is usually just one lawyer. He then polices the internet and sues the pants off anyone who reposts that article. So with creative solutions like that, it looks like we may have newspapers in the future after all, but one thing we won't have, unfortunately, is ice cream, because Dippin' Dots just filed for bankruptcy, you know? Oh my god. Do you remember going to Great America when you were little and getting the Dippin' Dots ice cream? Or at like Marine World, formerly called Marine World Africa USA, now called Discovery Kingdom, something like that? All you California people know what I'm talking about. I hope everyone's having a good day. Enjoy your weekend. We sort of got a second shot at fall here in New York City, so if you're in town, make use of it. And as always, if you're not in town, come visit! I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye. Something else that is always funny is when people say 2 words together in a sentence. I like say the word twice, like do-do or that. What do you... Wait.